Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Saturday, August 21st, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Minnesota Twins vs New York Yankees. Yankees manager Aaron Boone will have Jarrett Cole take the mound for the 23rd time of the year. Surprisingly, this will be his first career outing against the Yankees, so it will be interesting to see how they hit off him. My betting advice for that game is to pick New York Yankees minus 1.5. Chicago White Sox vs Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays right-hander has given up at least 3 runs in 5 of his last 7 starts and is coming off of a short outing versus the Twins. Meanwhile, Keuchel has battled through an up-and-down campaign, but looks to be finishing the season strong for Chicago. This will be his first time facing the White Sox, so it will be interesting to see how he fares here. My betting advice for that game is to pick Chicago White Sox. Kansas City Royals vs Chicago Cubs. Reports state that Keegan Thompson is slated to take the hill for his 28th appearance and second start of the season in this contest. My betting advice for that game is to pick Kansas City Royals. Detroit Tigers vs Toronto Blue Jays. Peralta is a reliever by trade, but Detroit has used him mostly as a starter this year since he made his season debut on June 13th. At this point, Peralta has gone 3-2 with a 3.70 ERA to go with a 1.27 WHIP over 13 starts and 58.1 innings pitched. Detroit played better than expected this season as ActionNetwork.com projected them to only win 68.5 games this season, and they're already at 59 wins with 38 games remaining. My betting advice for that game is to pick Detroit Tigers. Washington Nationals vs Milwaukee Brewers. According to MLB.com, the Nationals are still deciding on who they'll hand the ball to for Saturday's game. My betting advice for that game is to pick Milwaukee Brewers. New York Mets vs Los Angeles Dodgers. Ace Max Scherzer, 10-4 2.69 ERA 0.90 WHIP, goes for the Dodgers in this game and is making his 4th start for them since coming to them in a trade with the Washington Nationals. Pete Alonso leads the Mets in batting average, HR, and RBI, and has 2 HR and 5 RBI in his last 8 games before entering this series. My betting advice for that game is to pick Los Angeles Dodgers minus 1.5. San Francisco Giants vs Oakland Athletics. The Giants have been the most impressive team in the majors this season, considering they weren't expected to compete for the playoffs, let alone the division title. My betting advice for that game is to pick San Francisco. Seattle Mariners vs Houston Astros. The Seattle Mariners have been one of the worst offensive teams in the majors as they are 28th with a .680 OPS this season. The offense is averaging 5.31 runs per game this season. Sure, the Mariners have hit the ball better on the road, but they don't have the firepower to get into a shootout with the Astros at Minute Maid Park. My betting advice for that game is to pick Houston Astros. Los Angeles Angels vs Cleveland Indians. Perhaps Detmers could catch them off guard with a gem performance. Crazier things have happened, and he's still somewhat as a wild card with his limited big league experience. It's also important to note he held a Houston Astros team with a #1 ranked run-scoring offense to only 3 hits and 1 earned run in his last outing. If the Angels' playoff hopes are slim, the Indians' chances are even slimmer. But they got a nice win Friday, beating the Angels 9-1. Franmil Reyes had a home run and 5 RBIs, while Jose Ramirez also had a home run. Miles Straw added 3 hits. Trevor Stephan got the win. The Indians are now 59-61. My betting advice for that game is to pick Cleveland Indians. Miami Marlins vs Cincinnati Reds. It is unknown who will get the start on the mound for this game, but a bright spot for the team this season has been Sandy Alcantara. He has 7 wins this season with a 3.39 ERA. He has been good for the Marlins this season and hopes to continue his success going into next season. According to MLB.com, Wade Miley will get the ball in what has been a nice comeback season for the lefty. My betting advice for that game is to pick Cincinnati Reds. Quick reminder, you can get 125% cash back bonus on your first deposit on our partner Sportsbook BetUS after you open an account using our link down below and use our promo code HIGHSTAKES when making your deposit. Atlanta Braves vs Baltimore Orioles. While the pitching staff has stepped up recently, the offense has carried the team all season, scoring 4.96 runs per game. Freddie Freeman has 27 home runs, a .301 batting average, and a .399 on-base percentage, while Austin Riley has 26 home runs and 231 total bases, but the back half of the batting order has put the team over the top this season. Right fielder Trey Mancini has 112 hits, while third baseman Ryan Mountcastle has 101 base knocks. They will be facing an Atlanta pitching staff that is number 13 with a team ERA of 4.04. My betting advice for that game is to pick Atlanta minus 1.5. Texas Rangers vs Boston Red Sox. The Texas pitching staff has not produced as hoped. The Rangers are 25th in team ERA at 4.71, 20th in WHIP at 1.35, and opposing hitters are averaging .258 at the plate against Rangers pitching, which is 27th in baseball. Eduardo Rodriguez gets the ball for his 24th start of the season for the Red Sox in this contest. He comes in 9-6 with a 4.97 ERA, a 1.362 WHIP, 35 walks and 145 strikeouts over 116 innings of work this season. My betting advice for that game is to pick Boston Red Sox. Pittsburgh Pirates vs St. Louis Cardinals. It hasn't been a good season for the Pirates gambling-wise either, as they are 54-67 against the spread and down a massive amount on the money line. Overs are 56-57.8 for the Pirates, with none of their last 5 games going over the betting total. St. Louis is averaging 4.08 runs per game. Their .237 batting average is 21st in the league. Their .309 on-base percentage is 21st, while their .391 slugging percentage is 23rd. Paul Goldschmidt leads St. Louis with a .279 batting average, while Nolan Arenado leads the team with 25 home runs and 78 RBI. My betting advice for that game is to pick Cardinals minus 1.5. Arizona Diamondbacks vs Colorado Rockies. Zach Gallen will take the mound for Arizona on Saturday after taking the loss against the San Diego Padres last weekend, allowing 4 runs on 8 hits and 3 walks, with 5 strikeouts in 5 innings. The Colorado Rockies will be going with Kyle Freeland as the starter for this game, following a mediocre beginning to the 2021 campaign. So far this season, he has a 4-6 record along with a 4.40 ERA. On the bright side, he also has a 3.90 ERA in night games, as he has looked better with late start times. My betting advice for that game is to pick Rockies minus 1.5. Philadelphia Phillies vs San Diego Padres. The Phillies pitching staff has been average this season. As a team, they are in the middle of the league in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, walks allowed, strikeouts, WHIP, and batting average against. They are bottom 10 in the league in home runs allowed. The Phillies are led by Rhys Hoskins with 24 homers and 68 RBI. 4 players on this team have at least 50 runs driven in. Philadelphia is hitting .229 against right-handers, averaging 4.56 runs per 9 innings. My betting advice for that game is to pick the San Diego Padres minus 1.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.